So let's go to question number 3. That was pacovela.cl, I guess that means clarinet, wanted to know how many hours per day I practice. That's of course a question that it just totally depends on the repertoire that I need to practice at a specific time. So I would say I practice as much as is needed. It's as simple as that. I practice at home in a soundproof studio, so it's quite dry and I can really focus on every single detail. I try to practice as efficient as possible. So for me, less is more, even much more. So I really try to target the passages that are challenging for me, and not just by repetition or trying out many times the same thing, but just by really targeting why that is challenging for me. And then that can go extremely in detail. Like sometimes it's a very small part in a passage that is difficult, so I'm going to focus just on that, and then bring it in the bigger context and do the rest. For me, it's really important to avoid repetition of the same thing, because it can be very harmful for your body, also for your concentration, because after a while, if you repeat things over and over again without really listening what you're doing, it's just damaging the practice process. And what I'm going to do every single day is a very solid warm-up. So let's say half an hour of basic exercises. I've designed one myself, a warm-up, so that's like really dear to my heart. And there was somebody else who actually asked if there are days where I don't practice, and I mean, obviously there are days that I don't touch my instrument. I would say most of the days after a performance, I even try not to practice, because I really think it's part of being a good musician, let's say a free musician, an inspired artist, is also to have time and some space for doing other things, right? And if you're going to be very attached to your instrument and all the time looking for perfection every single day, it's probably not gonna happen. So we need a bit of both.